You know, the pace of change within education over recent decades has been pretty swift, to put it mildly. You know, I speak to experienced educators on a daily basis who will describe the fact that they often feel as if they are teaching a generation of students that may as well have been born on a different planet. You know, on top of that, you've got rapidly changing technologies in the classroom. You've got the changing attitudes or expectations of parents and the pressure these parents are exerting onto teachers. Then on top of all that, you've got the curriculum itself, which is changing. The reality is, the challenge today is greater than ever before for teachers, not just to keep up, but stay ahead in this profession. And yet it's many of these changes and trends that have led me to create a brand new professional learning resource for educators called Engaging the 21st Century Learner. And this 4-DVD set draws on over 7 years of work with roughly 60,000 teachers from around the globe, helping them navigate change. And this DVD set is really designed to be a full year's professional learning for educators. You know, many schools and colleges that are already using the DVDs with their staff are showing one DVD or presentation each term as they build on each other sequentially throughout the year. And to give you an idea of the content or the focus of this program, the first presentation or the first session, the first DVD called Shift Happens, looks at the 5 key shifts that have had a huge influence on the whole notion and nature of education over the last few decades. In the second DVD or the second presentation, which is called The Shape of Things to Come, what I do is actually look forward, rather than just understanding where we've come from, to look forward at some of the key trends that are going to impact education really over the coming 5, 10, 15 years in the short to medium term. Now, I look particularly at the changing nature of students themselves. We look at, for instance, some of the key traits of the digital learner. We look at the influence of how screen time and social networking, for instance, are changing the way this group of students think, learn, socialise. And we have a key focus in this session on some of the greatest challenges facing educational groups and students right now. Challenges such as building resilience and dealing with challenges around mental health. Now in the third session, the third DVD, the focus is switched to become around strategies. It's one thing to understand where we have come from and how things are changing, what's going to change. The third session looks at how do we respond. What I do is actually outline 6 key strategies, 6 ways to make classroom learning relevant and engaging to the 21st century learner. In the fourth and final presentation, the fourth DVD, we switch our focus again and look at the whole theme of the generation gap. We look at generational diversity within a school community. So let's have a look now at a few key highlights from this program, Engaging the 21st Century Learner. So much of education is still geared toward a modernist mindset. We try and persuade and convince us to whether something's right or wrong, and that's not the question that this generation of students are asking. The respect for this generation, this younger group of students, is critical, it's critically important, but the pathway there is different. See, here's the shift. We've gone from the point where respect is seen as something that is bestowed to the point where today's generation, based on the era they've been raised in, firmly believe that at every level respect must be earned. For many teachers, this notion is confronting. I'll speak to teachers who'll say, I've been teaching for longer than this group have been breathing. How dare they expect me to earn their respect? Today's teenagers display, get this, 40% less empathy than equivalent aged peers 20 years ago. Now, when they looked at why this was, the reason for it became clear. It was that so much more of this generation's formative communicating is being done through a digital filter. A child born today, get this, a child born today will have spent a full year glued to a screen by the time they reach the age of 7. Now, I love watching, for instance, today's students go on school camp. Because often, school camp is in a location where there's no mobile phone signal. And we call this retribution by the teachers. Okay, what you'll see is they'll get off the bus and they look at their phones and there's no signal, and they're like, this horrified expression comes upon them across their faces, and they start wandering, like looking for reception. They climb trees and hold their phones up, right? Because the fear is to be switched off, disconnected, out of range. We've got a generation of students who are increasingly being told by advertisers and pop culture that life is meant to be easy. And not just that, life is meant to be fair, it's meant to be convenient, and by the way, it really ought to be exciting too. And I tell you, in schools, we see this as the breeding ground for all sorts of mental health issues, depression, anxiety, panic attacks, to its worst extent, suicide. And how sad is this? How sad is it we've got a generation coming through who increasingly see that if life isn't going swimmingly at all times, somehow they're not made of the right stuff. I mean, this is a challenge as educators and as a system we need to deal with. How do you build the capacity for resilience and persistence in a generation for whom those things may not come naturally because of the era they've been raised in? Today's students learn teachers, not subjects. And it's true. Until your students have learnt you, until they've got a sense of connection and rapport with you as the person in the role of teacher, they'll be resistant, even reluctant to learn what it is you're trying to teach them. Rather than seeing this approach where we have a system of education, the student has to change themselves to fit our system. That also is being flipped on its head, where now the focus is how do we change our system of education to fit each and every student. Hopefully that gives you a bit of an idea as to the tone and the focus of the presentations themselves. And in addition to the 4 full-length DVDs, which run for between 35 and about 55 minutes each, this program actually includes a 5th bonus CD featuring worksheets for participants that correspond with each session, as well as a whole lot of further reading, notes, articles, which will build on a number of the themes covered in the presentations themselves. So for more information or to get a copy of Engaging the 21st Century Learner today, just visit our website, michaelmcqueen.net.